What about tariff and which country pop and corn? Popcorn is a favorite snack for millions of people worldwide, whether at the movies, during sports events, or as a simple treat at home. However, behind the scenes, tariffs and global trade policies have a significant influence on popcorn prices and availability. In this blog, we will dive into the topic of tariffs and how they affect the trade of corn and popcorn. Additionally, we will explore which countries lead the world in popcorn production and trade. If you're wondering, what about tariff and which country pop and corn? Then keep reading as we uncover key insights into this international issue. A tariff is a tax placed on imported goods. When it comes to the global trade of popcorn, tariffs play a crucial role in determining the final price and the accessibility of popcorn across borders. For example, the United States, a major exporter of popcorn, may face tariffs when selling to other countries. These tariffs can make popcorn more expensive for international buyers, thus impacting the market and the global supply chain. For countries importing popcorn, tariffs may result in higher prices for the product, which can also affect the demand. The question, what about tariff and which country pop and corn, is particularly relevant because tariffs often influence which nations dominate the market for both corn and popcorn production. Which countries are leading in popcorn and corn production? Popcorn is primarily produced from a variety of corn known as seed maize ever, and several countries lead the way in both corn production and popcorn production. The United States, the U.S., is by far the largest producer and exporter of popcorn, with vast agricultural resources and a robust industry. The U.S. China. Although China's popcorn consumption is mostly domestic, the country is a significant producer of corn, which is a key component of the popcorn industry. Although China's popcorn consumption is mostly domestic, the country is a significant producer of corn, which is a key component of the popcorn industry. India. As one of the fastest growing economies, India is increasing its demand for popcorn. Its expanding agricultural sector and demand for processed snacks have made it a growing producer and consumer. Its expanding agricultural sector and demand for processed snacks have made it a growing producer and consumer. Argentina. Known for its corn production, Argentina is another key player in the international popcorn market, with exports reaching various global destinations. These countries are central to the global popcorn trade, and their influence is shaped by international tariffs, which can either encourage or hinder the flow of popcorn to different regions. The impact of tariffs on popcorn prices is significant. If a country imposes high tariffs on imported popcorn, the cost of the snack may increase for consumers in that country. Similarly, tariffs can disrupt the supply chain for popcorn manufacturers who rely on imported corn from other countries. The question, what about tariff and which country pop and corn, arises because higher tariffs can lead to higher prices and limited availability in certain markets. For example, if the U.S. manufacturers may need to seek new markets or find ways to absorb the increased costs, which could ultimately affect the price of popcorn for European consumers. On the other hand, countries with low tariffs or free trade agreements might enjoy easier access to affordable popcorn, leading to greater market competition. In recent years, the global market for popcorn has become more dynamic, with increasing demand in both developing and developed countries. Tariffs, however, can disrupt the flow of goods and affect how much popcorn ends up on store shelves worldwide. Countries with high tariffs on popcorn imports often encourage local production, thus making their domestic industries stronger. For instance, if a country imposes high tariffs on used popcorn imports, local popcorn producers might receive more support and incentives, potentially leading to a stronger local market. Conversely, lower tariffs benefit international traders, making popcorn more affordable and accessible. As global trade evolves, so too will the impact of tariffs on the popcorn industry. Countries like the U.S. and Argentina will likely continue to be major exporters, while developing nations like India and China may increase their domestic production and consumption. As the global demand for popcorn grows, the role of tariffs will remain critical in determining how the popcorn market will develop and how consumers will experience prices. The global popcorn market is influenced by many factors, and tariffs are one of the most significant. Whether you're a popcorn producer, a consumer, or just curious about global trade, understanding how tariffs affect the corn and popcorn industries is essential. So, when you ask, what about tariff and which country pop and corn, It's clear that international trade policies have a lasting impact on popcorn production and pricing. By keeping an eye on these trade policies and understanding how tariffs affect international markets, countries can make informed decisions about popcorn trade and improve accessibility for consumers around the world.